Hello.
Hey, is this Coach Tyler?
This sure is. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good, bud. I just wanted to tell you that I really appreciate what you do. I struggled with trying to get my weight down and stuff. I've had a few health issues, and I kept seeing you come across my For You page, and I was like, maybe I ought to follow his advice. I'm down 11 pounds in a little over a week, and I feel a whole lot better. I was on medicine for my heart, on medicine for diabetes, and my blood sugar's down around 90s. You know, it's staying where it needs to be, and everything's going a whole lot better.
I love it.
I'm 35 years old. I had 2 heart attacks and an open heart surgery by the time I was 32. I really didn't think there was anything that I was going to be able to do to help me except be on meds. So you are more than appreciated.
I appreciate it. All I do is give it out. It's up to you if you do it. So let me ask you, what made you make the change? I kept popping up. What made you finally be like, all right, let's try this?
Well, I've tried some of the diet stuff. I've tried. I run a dump truck, so I sit a lot during the day, and then I run a welding business in the evenings. And I really couldn't. When I did exercise, it still wasn't enough, and I was like, okay, maybe there's something to it, because I kept seeing the comments and kept hearing you talk, and I don't know, it kind of just got embedded in my brain. And just one day, I just switched how I ate, and I was like, nope. And it's, like I said, I think I'm going on just about to start week 3. I all of a sudden just snapped the fingers, just changed. And I was like, you know what? I don't have anything else to lose. I'm already on meds that I don't want to be on. The worst that could happen is I stay right where I'm at. The best thing that could happen is I get off my meds, start feeling better. I'm around for my kids, you know.
I freaking love it, man. Like that's always the most interesting thing to me is when you've been watching and then you finally do it. That's the most interesting thing to me is a psychological switch is when people change to actually doing this. What's made you to stick with it, and what's made it easy for you to do it? Or if it hasn't been easy, how have you overcome the stuff that's been hard?
What's made me stick with it is I've started feeling better. I mean, I physically feel better. I'm not sluggish. I'm not, I feel more motivated to get up and do stuff, to do more things. Being a truck driver, it's really hard after you climb out of a truck, being in it all day long, to get out and then want to go do something else. Especially I spend anywhere from 10 to 14 hours in a dump truck. And it's really hard when you climb out of this thing in the air conditioning, then you get in the heat. You're like, oh, man, I really just don't want to. And then you eat all the nasty junk food. Well, you feel sluggish from that. Then you get in the heat. You just absolutely no motivation. You want to go inside, get in the air conditioning, just sit. And, I wake up. There for the last 6 months, I would wake up 5 or 6 times during the night. And the last week, I have been able to sleep all the way through. It's not really one thing that has kept me going. It's a combination of how everything's coming together, and it's everything that you said. I'm sleeping better, I'm feeling better, I feel better. My blood sugar's down, and they told me that I'd be on medicine the rest of my life. I'm not having the heart palpitations that I was before. I mean, it works. And that's what makes me, now that I've seen what I can do in just this short period of time, my mind now is, well, what can I do in the next 6 months? My target weight, I'm 250 now. I dropped, like I said, about 10 pounds in the last little over a week. My target weight's 200. That's when I felt my best. I was coming out of high school, and I wanted to get back there.
That's awesome. You're doing what other people can't do. How long did it take? How many days did it take for you to be like, oh my gosh, this is actually working. I feel amazing.
It was probably 4 or 5 days before I really started. I mean, I went cold turkey on the junk food. I went cold turkey on the pop. I went cold turkey on even sweet tea. And I mean, I'm a cowboy. I love my sweet tea. But I even went cold turkey on it because when you started talking about the sugars, you know, that's what we really need to be watching. And I watched some of your videos about your blood sugar and stuff. I think that's when it really hit me. And then once, I guess once all that got cleared out of my system, or, you know, it really, I really started feeling just tremendous, you know, a whole lot better.
Well, I'm glad you finally started. You're getting amazing results. And I love that you said, like, it's not the short term. You can't wait to see what happens in the next 6 months. Like, it's going to be crazy. You're going to have to buy a whole new wardrobe. None of your pants are going to fit you anymore. Your shirt's going to be a blanket on you. And it's going to be freaking awesome. And just, I love the fact, too, that you're already getting off the medication so quickly.
Oh, me too.
Like that's a game changer. The amount of money you're going to save just with that alone. You're a business owner. It's tough out there, especially with the freaking world we're living in. And when you're out of pocket on your own stuff, it sucks.
Yep. And, you know, I've got 3 kids, and that was one of my biggest things was, I really wanted to stick around for them. And now I'm able to see the long term where, I was told after my open heart surgery that this might last until you're 50 unless you do some kind of change, and I've tried diets and this, that, and the other in the last 2 years. And nothing, I got to the point where I was like, well, it's just going to happen when it happens. But now I've got a better mindset, I guess you could say.
Yeah. You have your why.
Yeah. Now I can actually see, okay, I can actually overcome this thing.
When you have your why and you already have the proof in the pudding and it's working for you and you figured it out, it's unstoppable. It's 100% on you. If you gain the weight back, it's because you went back to what made you gain weight in the first place.
Exactly. And that's like the lady I was listening to before me. She said something about eating ice cream and she didn't even want it. And I just had a real small portion of ice cream and I absolutely feel like crap.
Yeah.
I'm like, I no.
It's crazy what happens when we are just so used to feeling terrible. We don't know what feeling great actually feels like and our body functioning the way that it naturally should function.
Exactly.
Well, I appreciate you calling in, giving me an update. Did you call in before or did you just watch all my stuff?
I've just seen your videos a few times and then you kept coming up on my For You page. And then I popped in several of your lives and just listened to you while I'm driving a dump truck. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. Because to me, it felt like you were put there. You kept coming up for a reason. So I figured I didn't have anything to lose and everything to gain. And you've been a godsend.
I appreciate it, man. Keep doing what you're doing. And remember, you're the one doing this. No one's doing it. You're doing the things that millions of people can't freaking do, and that's continue to do what you're doing.
And I appreciate you being there to help, though.
Hey, I love doing this, man. So keep it up. Let me know. And when people ask how the hell you did it, let them know how you're doing it so you can spread the word as well so no one's struggling with weight loss anymore.
Nope. I've been sending everybody to your page and sending them your way, so...
I appreciate it, man.
No problem. Thank you, bub.
Hey, you got it. Talk soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Oh, I'm not kidding, guys. Figure out something you love to do, you enjoy doing, and it makes an impact in someone else's life. There's no better feeling than that. I can sell $1 million worth of product, but when somebody calls like that, there's no better feeling. Every single time someone calls in and updates me after them losing weight, there's no better feeling. I sold out a cake batter today. Cool. I can tell you how much I did in the last 3 days with it. Awesome. But it doesn't impact someone's life like it does with these calls. There's no better feeling than it. Anyone who's a nurse, a teacher, a coach, y'all know what I'm talking about. One of your kids freaking performs in the game like they've never performed because you taught them something, and the joy on their face, there's no better feeling.